Welcome, all DSSC Aspirants 2026. A very warm welcome to each one of you. And a big round of applause for those who have started their preparation early. Trust me, this early beginning is going to be your biggest strength in the long run. Today, we proudly present the November month current affairs. Friends, in DSSC 2025, almost 95% of the questions came directly from our handouts. Yes, 95%. And this year, we are back with the same dedication, the same effort, and even stronger commitment. Our endeavor is simple: to make you feel relaxed and confident for the examination. Our motto is that you stay updated with current affairs every single month, so you never feel like you're lagging behind. Consistency is the key, and we are here to make that journey easier for you. And for those who want to book the PDF version of our notes, you can do so easily. Our contact number is provided in the description box below. Feel free to call anytime. So without any further delay, let's begin the November month current affairs. Today, we will be covering a total of 7 extremely important topics. Topics that you simply cannot afford to miss. And yes, before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Your support motivates us to bring even better content for you. Alright aspirants, let's get started. Alright aspirants, now that we're all set, let me quickly give you an overview of the 7 high-value topics we're going to decode in today's current affairs session. Each of these has a very high probability of appearing in your DSSC examination, so stay glued till the end. 1. Defense Procurement Manual, DPM 2025. A major reform shaping future acquisitions, procurement procedures, and transparency in defense purchases. A must-know for every serious aspirant. 2. The Military Combat Parachute System, MCPS. A breakthrough in airborne capabilities. This system brings a giant leap in operational efficiency for our paratroopers. We'll break down why it's so crucial. 3. ICG Fast Patrol Vessels, ICGS Ajit and ICGS Aparajit. To cutting-edge vessels strengthening our coastal security grid. We'll look at their features, roles, and strategic significance. 4. India-ASEAN Summit 2025. One of the most important diplomatic engagements of the year. We'll understand India's priorities, agreements, and its growing role in Indo-Pacific geopolitics. 5. Asian Youth Games 2025. A major upcoming sports event with significant relevance for sports diplomacy and youth engagement. We look at India's preparation and the global context. 6. BRICS, building a multipolar financial architecture. From de-dollarization to alternative financial systems, this topic has enormous strategic importance. We'll simplify it for you. 7. Exercise Malabar 2025. One of the most powerful naval exercises involving key Indo-Pacific partners. We'll cover participants, objectives, and strategic outcomes. So aspirants, buckle up. Each topic is packed with concepts that can easily turn into exam questions. Let's dive into Topic 1, Defense Procurement Manual 2025. Each topic in today's session has been crafted into an exam-style question so that you can feel the actual DSSC environment while learning. This way, your preparation becomes sharper, smarter, and completely exam-oriented. Let's start with first question. Question 1. The Defense Procurement Manual, DPM 2025 replaces the 2009 version after 16 long years. What are its objectives and key features? And how does it strengthen Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense production? Let's break this down in the simplest and most logical way. A. Objectives of DPM 2025. Remember the word SMART. DPM 2025 has been designed to make India's defense procurement simple, fast, and self-reliant. And the easiest way to remember its objectives is through the mnemonic SMART. S. Streamline. DPM 2025 cuts down unnecessary paperwork, removes red tape, and ensures faster approvals. No more files moving endlessly from table to table. M. Modernize. The new system is aligned with today's modern battlefield requirements. New tech, new demands, new procedures. A. Atmanirbhar. A strong push for indigenous defense manufacturing. More Indian companies, more Indian technology, less dependence on imports. R. Responsive. Field units get more power to make decisions. Instead of waiting for higher authorities, units can act quickly based on operational needs. T. Transparent. Clarity, fairness, and full audit compliance. The entire process becomes more open and accountable. So that's SMART, the backbone of DPM 2025. B. Key features. Just remember the word defense. Now let's move smoothly into the key features. Each feature fits perfectly into the theme of simplifying procurement. D. Decentralization. Lower-level formations can now take decisions directly. This drastically reduces delays. E. Ease of doing business. Faster payments, fewer clearances, and importantly, no NOC required from DPSUs. This opens the door for private industry. F. Flexibility for industry. Companies get 5-year assured orders, which boosts their confidence to invest in production lines. E. Encouraging innovation. Partnerships with IITs, IIC, startups, paving the way for cutting-edge indigenous tech. N. No harsh penalties. Development stages often involve trial and error. DPM 2025 understands that, so penalties during product development are kept softer. C. Collegiate decisions. Team-based approvals mean more fairness, less bias, and more transparency. E. Efficiency in maintenance. A 15% additional provision for repair and maintenance ensures that equipment downtime stays minimal. Every feature in defense directly supports the SMART objectives we discussed earlier, making the entire framework cohesive and logical. C. Strengthening Atmanirbharat. Think of the word build. Now let's connect everything to the most important theme, self-reliance. B. Boost industry. Long-term orders bring stability to private industries and MSMEs. U. Upscale R&D. Collaboration with startups and academic institutions gives a major lift to innovation. I. Indigenous focus. Indian-made parts, Indian systems. The manual clearly encourages local sourcing. L. Level playing field. Earlier, DPSUs had a monopoly. Now, private players get equal opportunities. D. Digital and transparent. Online monitoring and Ministry of Finance rules ensure full transparency. So aspirants, DPM 2025 is not just a new rule book. It is a major reform that makes defense procurement simpler, faster, more transparent, and proudly Indian. By reducing delays, encouraging innovation, and opening the doors for private sector participation, it becomes a powerful driver of Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. Now aspirants, let's move to question number 2, a topic that directly connects technology, high-altitude warfare, and Atmanirbharta. This is about the Military Combat Parachute System, MCPS, a major leap in India's airborne capability. Question 2. High-altitude operations demand cutting-edge design and reliability. A. How does the design, safety mechanisms, and maintenance features of the MCPS address the challenges of high-altitude missions? B. And how does its development strengthen India's self-reliance and defense innovation ecosystem? Let's understand this step by step. A. Design excellence. Think of the word flight. The MCPS has been created keeping one big challenge in mind: surviving and performing in extreme altitudes, where the air is thin, temperatures are freezing, and precision is critical. Here's how flight captures the design strengths. F. Functional at high altitude. MCPS performs smoothly above 25,000 feet and has even been tested successfully at 32,000 feet. That's almost stratospheric. L. Lightweight and durable. Made with high-strength materials, that can withstand freezing temperatures and low air density. I. Indigenous design. Developed entirely in India by DRDO's ADD, Agra, and DBEL, Bangalore. No foreign dependence. G. Guided descent. Advanced steering allows paratroopers to glide precisely to their target zone, even in difficult wind conditions. H. High precision navigation. Integration with Navi-IC, India's own satellite navigation system, means pinpoint accuracy without relying on foreign satellites. T. Tactical flexibility. The system allows different preset deployment altitudes, making it suitable for combat, infiltration, special operations, and rescue missions. So, in short, the MCPS is engineered for accuracy, safety, and survivability in some of the harshest environments on Earth. B. Safety and maintenance reliability. Remember the word safe. High-altitude missions leave zero room for error. The MCPS tackles this with robust safety and low-maintenance features. S. Stable descent. The canopy is optimized to ensure a smooth, controlled drop with minimal drift. This greatly increases mission success and paratrooper safety. A. Advanced redundancy. A backup activation system automatically kicks in if the primary mechanism faces any issue. F. Fast turnaround. One of its biggest strengths, MCPS can be quickly repacked, repaired, and redeployed, reducing downtime for units operating continuously in tough terrain. E. Extended service life. It has a longer lifespan than imported parachutes and requires less maintenance, making it cost-effective for the armed forces. So, SAFE perfectly captures how MCPS reduces risk and enhances reliability. C. Strategic significance, the bigger picture, Atmanirbhar. Now aspirants, let's rise from the technical details to the strategic impact. MCPS is much more than a parachute. It's a statement of capability. A. Autonomy boost. India no longer needs to rely on costly foreign parachutes for special forces. A. Advanced technology. It merges aerodynamics, high-strength materials, and satellite navigation, an advanced mix rarely mastered domestically. T. Tested for extremes. It has been proven in low temperature, high wind, and rarefied air environments. M. Military readiness. Directly boosts India's high-altitude mission capability, from Siachen to special OPS. A. Atmanirbhar push. Strengthens India's defense R&D ecosystem, inspiring future homegrown innovations. And the final piece, Nirbhar, national innovation in real battlefield applications. This tells us that DRDO is moving from theory to real battlefield-ready systems. So, aspirants, the MCPS is a technological and strategic breakthrough. It blends high-altitude performance, precision, safety, and low maintenance, all built indigenously. It's a major step forward in Atmanirbhar Bharat and a powerful boost to India's readiness in extreme terrain operations. Aspirants, let's now move to question number 3, a question directly linked to India's maritime security and coastal defense posture. This one is about two very important platforms, ICGS Ajit and ICGS Aparajit, the latest fast patrol vessels of the Indian Coast Guard. Question 3. Discuss the strategic importance of FPVs like ICGS Ajit and ICGS Aparajit. Evaluate their role in coastal patrol, anti-smuggling, anti-piracy, and SAR operations within the exclusive economic zone. And how do they strengthen India's blue water surveillance and response capability? Let's understand this in a structured manner. 1. Strategic importance. Remember the word SAIL. Fast patrol vessels, FPVs, are the frontline guardians of India's maritime borders. And SAIL perfectly explains why they are so strategically important. S. Self-reliance in shipbuilding. Both vessels are built indigenously by Goa Shipyard Limited. This is a strong success story of Make in India and demonstrates India's growing confidence and capability in building advanced maritime platforms. A. Advanced Design and Propulsion. These are 52-meter vessels with a 320-ton displacement. But the highlight? They're the first in their class to feature controllable pitch propellers, CPP, which deliver higher speed, sharper maneuverability, and better fuel efficiency. Integrated maritime capability. Their design allows multi-mission flexibility, from patrol to rescue to interdiction, making them powerful assets across varied sea conditions. Layered maritime security. They add a crucial layer of protection between coastal waters and deep-sea naval operations. This layered approach strengthens India's surveillance grid and reduces reaction time during threats. So SAIL tells us that these FPVs combine indigenous strength, advanced technology, mission versatility, and robust security integration. 2. Their role in patrol, anti-smuggling, anti-piracy, and think safe. FPVs like Ajit and Aparajit are designed to keep the seas safe, literally and figuratively. Surveillance and coastal patrol. They conduct continuous patrolling to detect illegal fishing, infiltration attempts, or suspicious movement along the coastline. Anti-smuggling and law enforcement. They actively curb smuggling, be it narcotics, weapons, or illegal trade within the exclusive economic zone. Fight against piracy. Speed plus agility is equal to quick interception. These vessels can rapidly respond to any piracy threats near the Indian mainland or island territories. Emergency and SAR operations. Equipped for search and rescue, they save lives during cyclones, boat capsize, and maritime accidents. So their operational role is deeply connected to maritime safety and law enforcement. 3. Strengthening blue water capability. Remember deep. Now let's rise from coastal waters to the larger picture, India's blue water capability. Deterrence and rapid response. FPVs provide constant presence at sea, acting as a deterrent to illegal activities and enabling quick reaction during emergencies. EEZ security extension. India has a massive exclusive economic zone. These vessels help extend surveillance deep into this zone, especially around island territories like Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar. Endurance and efficiency. Thanks to CPP propulsion, these vessels can stay at sea longer, maintain speed, and cover vast distances with greater fuel efficiency. Projection of maritime self-reliance. Every patrol, every mission, every operation sends a clear message. India is emerging as a strong blue water maritime power, capable of securing its vast ocean spaces with home-built assets. Aspirants, let's move ahead to question number 4, one of the most important international relations topics for DSSC. This question revolves around the 22nd India-ASEAN Summit, where the Prime Minister of India addressed key areas like maritime security, digital inclusion, and resilient supply chains. Question 4. What are the major areas of convergence and challenges in India-ASEAN relations? And how does declaring 2026 as the ASEAN India Year of Maritime Cooperation reinforce India's Act East and Indo-Pacific strategy? Let's decode this step by step. 1. Areas of convergence. Think of the word ocean. India and ASEAN share a convergence of interests across the ocean, literally and strategically. Ocean security. Both sides want safer seas, joint patrols, better maritime domain awareness, and cooperation across the Indo-Pacific. The decision to mark 2026 as the Year of Maritime Cooperation strengthens collaboration in blue economy, disaster response, and maritime stability. Connectivity and commerce. Projects like the India-Myanmar-Thailand Highway and the Kaladan Multimodal Corridor aim to physically connect India with Southeast Asia. At the same time, the review of ASEAN India Trade Agreement aims to reduce trade barriers and improve market access. Economic and digital growth. There is a major push for digital collaboration. Digital public infrastructure. renewable energy, green growth, trade and innovation under the ASEAN India Plan of Action 2026 to 2030. A. Ancestral and cultural links. India and ASEAN share deep historical ties, Buddhist heritage, ancient maritime trade, and educational exchanges via AINT and ICCR. N. New strategic cooperation. Both sides want Indo-Pacific stability, better food security, and capacity building. India's 500 crore rupees ASEAN India Fund supports joint development and disaster management projects. So, the word ocean reminds us how India and ASEAN connect across maritime, economic, cultural, and strategic domains. 2. Challenges in India-ASEAN relations. Remember the word China. Despite the deepening cooperation, there are several challenges, and they can be remembered with the word China. C. Connectivity delays. The IMT Highway and Kaladan projects have faced delays, slowing India's physical integration with Southeast Asia. H. Heavy trade imbalance. ASEAN is one of India's biggest trading partners, but the trade is imbalanced, with India importing far more than it exports. I. Integration hurdles. Protectionist policies, slow progress in ATIGA review, and lack of harmonized regulations restrict deeper economic integration. N. Neutral ASEAN stance. ASEAN follows neutrality, while India partners with the Quad. This difference sometimes creates strategic hesitation. A. Assertive China factor. China's economic and strategic influence in the region limits India's outreach and leverage within ASEAN. So China summarizes the core challenges, from connectivity delays to ASEAN's balancing act between India and China. 3. Importance of 2026 as the ASEAN India Year of Maritime Cooperation. Think SAIL. This declaration is not just symbolic, it is a strategic message. S. Strengthening blue water security. It encourages joint naval exercises, maritime domain awareness, anti-piracy operations, and secure Indo-Pacific sea lanes. A. Advancing Act East policy. It directly boosts India's Act East policy by expanding maritime partnerships instead of limiting cooperation to trade or culture. I. Indo-Pacific synergy. It aligns India's vision of a free, open Indo-Pacific with ASEAN centrality. This synergy is crucial for balancing great power competition. L. Long-term partnership. The declaration institutionalizes maritime cooperation as a core pillar of India-ASEAN relations. This ensures continuity, stability, and long-term strategic depth. In short, the Year of Maritime Cooperation strengthens India's political, economic, and naval engagement with ASEAN, perfectly fitting into the Act East and Indo-Pacific framework. Aspirants, let's now move on to question number 5, a topic that celebrates India's rise as a sporting nation. This one is based on India's record-breaking performance at the Asian Youth Games 2025, a milestone that reflects how far our youth sports ecosystem has evolved. Question 5. What factors contributed to India's success at the Games? How have initiatives like Khelo India and youth training programs nurtured young talent? And what role do events like the Asian Youth Games play in shaping future Olympians? Let's break this down systematically. A. Factors behind India's success. Remember the word sport. India's remarkable performance at the Asian Youth Games didn't happen overnight. It is the result of years of structured planning, investment, and grassroots development. And the mnemonic sport perfectly captures the key reasons. S. Strong youth infrastructure. India has massively expanded its sports academies, training centers, and high-performance facilities. This solid infrastructure allows young athletes to train scientifically and consistently. P. Policy support through Khelo India. The Khelo India mission has transformed the way India discovers and trains young athletes. Funding, coaching, and competition exposure are now systematized, not random. O. Opportunities for early exposure. Young athletes today get to participate in international youth competitions early in their careers. This builds confidence and reduces the fear factor when facing top global competitors. R. Rise of regional talent hubs. From Haryana to Odisha, from Manipur to Kerala, regional hubs are producing world-class youth athletes. Talent is now being scouted from small towns and rural areas, not just metros. T. Targeted investment and coaching. Scientific coaching, sports science, physiotherapy, biomechanics, and nutrition have become mainstream. This has improved performance consistency and reduced injuries. So, sport captures the entire ecosystem behind India's strong showing. B. Role of Khelo India and youth programs. Think of the word train. If sport tells us what helped India succeed, train explains how the Khelo India system nurtures talent. T. Talent identification. Khelo India identifies promising athletes as young as 10 to 12 years old, catching talent early. R. Resource allocation. Financial support, equipment, travel funding, diet plans, everything is provided so that no talent is lost due to lack of resources. A. Academy development. Khelo India centers and regional academies give athletes structured coaching and long-term athlete development, LTAD. I. International exposure. Youth athletes are regularly sent to competitions abroad, allowing them to train, learn, and adapt to global standards. N. National integration. Schools, universities, state bodies, and national federations are all connected under one unified sports framework, something India lacked earlier. So Train is the perfect summary of how India is building champions from the ground up. C. Role of continental events like Asian Youth Games, Remember Grow. Now let's understand how the games themselves shape future Olympians. G. Grooming ground for Olympians. These events are feeders to the Asian Games and Olympics. Many medalists at Youth Games later become world-class Olympians. R. Real-time competitive experience. Athletes experience the pressure of a multi-sport environment, staying in the village, handling media, coping with expectations. O. Opportunity for benchmarking. Athletes compare themselves with the best in Asia, helping them understand where they stand and what needs to improve. W. Wider talent ecosystem. Youth Games encourage countries to invest in grassroots sports, strengthening competition and raising performance standards across the continent. So Grow tells us how youth events act as the launchpad for future champions. Aspirants, let's move to question number 6, one of the most dynamic and globally significant topics in this year's current affairs. We're talking about BRICS Pay, an ambitious initiative to link national payment systems like India's UPI, China's CIPS, Russia's SPFS, and Brazil's PIX into one seamless, decentralized cross-border platform. Question 6. What are the technical, institutional, and geopolitical challenges in building such an integrated payment system? How can BRICS nations overcome divergent ambitions and build trust? And how does BRICS Pay reflect a larger shift toward financial multipolarity? Let's break this down in a very structured way. 1. Technical challenges. Think of the word stack. Integrating multiple national payment systems is an engineering puzzle on a global scale. And the mnemonic stack summarizes these complexities. S. Standards mismatch. Each platform uses different data formats and protocols. UPI, CIPS, SPFS, PIX all speak different technical languages, making harmonization a serious challenge. T. Technical interoperability. Ensuring these systems talk to each other smoothly without delays or data loss is extremely complex. A. Architecture and security. Building a decentralized messaging system, DCMS, requires advanced blockchain auditing, AI-driven fraud detection, and military-grade security. C. Cybersecurity and resilience. A decentralized network must still defend against hacking, fraud loops, denial of service attacks, and system overloads. K. key management, and multi-currency settlement. Managing encrypted keys, enabling local currency settlement, and ensuring secure cross-border clearing is a huge technical hurdle. So the technical stack is high, and BRICS Pay must climb all of it. 2. Institutional and legal challenges. Remember the word rules. Technology alone cannot build BRICS Pay. You need laws, agreements, and institutions. The mnemonic rules captures the major institutional challenges. Are regulatory harmonization. Every country has its own norms on KYC, AML, data protection, and data localization. Without alignment, payments cannot move across borders securely. Unclear governance model. Who controls the system? How are disputes resolved? A DAO-style governance model needs a clear, mutually accepted authority. Linking financial backstops. Cross-border transactions require liquidity buffers, settlement guarantees, and risk sharing, possibly through the new development bank. Enforcement and compliance. Regulations must be enforced across jurisdictions. This requires shared monitoring and accountability, which is difficult without trust. Scaling and uptake. For BRICS Pay to become viable, it must attract users beyond BRICS in Africa, ASEAN, and SCO countries. So the rules of the game must be rewritten for BRICS Pay to function. 3. Geopolitical challenges. Think of the word trust. This is where things get even more complicated. BRICS Pay is not just technology, it is geopolitics. Tensions among members. India, China frictions and conflicting ambitions, UPI versus CIPS versus SPFS dominance, slow consensus. Risk of Western retaliation. Sanction pressure or diplomatic pushback can deter early adopters. Uneven strategic objectives. Some BRICS members want full monetary autonomy. Others prefer interoperability. This mismatch makes negotiation difficult. Sovereignty and trust deficit. Sharing financial data or agreeing to joint governance requires deep political trust, which is not always present. Track record and acceptance. Until non-BRICS countries join, global acceptance will remain limited. So the biggest challenge is not technology, it is trust. 4. How BRICS can build trust and reconcile ambitions. Remember bridge. To make BRICS Pay workable, nations need a bridge, and the mnemonic bridge explains how to build it. Begin bilaterally. Start with bilateral settlements like India, Russia, or China, Brazil to test the system and show results. Rely on institutional backing. Use the new development bank for liquidity, settlement guarantees, and financial stability. Institutionalize rules. Fintech Charter. Create a BRICS Fintech Charter with common technical standards, AML KYC rules, and dispute resolution mechanisms. Diverse tech stack. Use blockchain, AI-led cybersecurity, and modular architecture to ensure interoperability and trust. Global outreach. Invite BRICS Plus nations, Africa, ASEAN, SCO, to expand the user base and increase acceptance. Ensure complementarity. Clarify that BRICS Pay is meant to diversify, not replace SWIFT. This reduces confrontation and increases global comfort. So BRICS must build a bridge to make this initiative a reality. Aspirants, we have now arrived at our final question, question number 7. And this one is extremely important for understanding India's role in the Indo-Pacific and the growing significance of the Quad. Question 7. Exercise Malabar 2025, hosted in Guam, brings together the navies of India, the US, Japan, and Australia. How has Exercise Malabar evolved over time, especially with shifting regional power dynamics? And what is its significance in strengthening interoperability, strategic trust, and ensuring a free, open Indo-Pacific? Let's unpack this with clarity. Evolution of Exercise Malabar. Remember the word wave. Malabar has evolved just like the power dynamics of the Indo-Pacific, constantly shifting, expanding, and intensifying. W. Widening scope. Exercise Malabar began in 1992 as a simple bilateral drill between India and the US. Today, it is a quad-level exercise with Japan joining in 2015 and Australia in 2020. This transformation reflects the growing convergence among the four democracies. A. Adaptation to regional shifts. Over the years, the exercise expanded from basic naval coordination to complex warfare drills, anti-submarine warfare, carrier strike operations, air defense, maritime interdiction. This evolution mirrors rising security challenges and power competition in the Indo-Pacific. Vision of strategic cooperation. Malabar has become the military expression of the Quad's vision, a free, open, and rules-based Indo-Pacific. It signals a collective commitment to maintaining maritime stability and balancing assertive behavior in the region. Equal partnership. The hosting pattern is rotational, and 2025 at Guam highlights how each Quad nation shares responsibility. It's not one country leading, it's collective leadership. So, the wave of Malabar reflects how the exercise has scaled up with geopolitics. B. Significance for interoperability, trust, and Indo-Pacific security. Think of sail. Just like ships sail together, Quad navies operate as one cohesive force through this exercise. S. Strengthened interoperability. Malabar brings advanced joint drills, cross-deck helicopter operations, anti-submarine warfare, joint fleet maneuvers, maritime intelligence sharing. This makes all four navies tactically aligned. A. Alliance of trust. Malabar is not just about hardware, it strengthens trust. Harbor phase interactions, communication drills, and coordinated missions depend confidence among militaries. I. Indo-Pacific stability. The exercise enhances maritime domain awareness and acts as a deterrent against coercion. Together, the Quad nations maintain open sea lanes, freedom of navigation, and a rules-based order. L. Leadership in self-reliance. India's participation using indigenous platforms like in Sahyadri reflects Atmanirbhar Bharat's growing naval strength. India is no longer just participating, it is shaping the exercise. SAIL sums up how Malabar ensures readiness, trust, and stability. Aspirants, through WAVE and SAIL, Exercise Malabar 2025 reflects India's journey from a bilateral partner to a strategic leader in the Indo-Pacific. It strengthens Quad cooperation, enhances maritime trust, and contributes to a secure, stable, rules-based region. This concludes our 7 major current affairs topics for the month. I hope today's session helped you understand not just the facts, but the logic behind each concept. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for our monthly notes and PDFs, the contact number is in the description. Feel free to reach out. Until next time, aspirants, stay sharp, stay consistent, and keep preparing with confidence. Jai Hind.